to Sunbeam Government School, Buxar. So this table gives you general information about the variety of wools and their uses. So nully bred wools are used to make carpets. Patanwari wools is used to make hosiery. Lohi wool is used to make clothes, and Bakarwal wool is used to make shawls. Now, rearing of animals for wool. So, we need to know about the type of wool that we get from animals such as sheep. So, sheep consists of two types of fibers. The coarse beard hair, that is not very soft, coarse, and the soft underhair. Soft underhair is found close to the skin. Sheep with thick coat of soft underhair are selected for controlled breeding so that they can provide good quality of wool. And the sheep which has a soft underhair, thick coat of soft underhair, they are selected for controlled breeding so that we can get good quality of wool. And to obtain wool, rearing of different breeds of sheep take place in those parts of India where rainfall is low. So the place it is selected is the part where rainfall is low, and in that place this selected breeding of sheep is done. Some breed of sheep are selectively reared. The sheep are chosen for a special characteristic like soft underhair. This process is called selective breeding. That means selecting a sheep that has thick coat of soft underhair for controlled breeding. This process is called selective breeding. In India, main wool producing states are Punjab, Gujarat, Uttarakhand and Haryana. So these are main wool producing states: Punjab, Gujarat, Uttarakhand and Haryana. Now, production of wool. There are various steps involved in the production of wool. The first is shearing of wool. That means removing of wool from sheep is called shearing. How it is done and when it is done. So the process of removal of wool from sheep is called shearing. It is usually sheared once a year. Okay, sheep is sheared once a year, in one time in a year. Sheep with long fleeces are sheared twice a year. So the sheep which have long fleeces, long hair or long wool, they are sheared twice a year. It is done in spring before the onset of warm weather. Okay, because in warm weather if it is not sheared, then what will happen? They will feel very, very hot and they may die also. So therefore it is done in spring before the onset of warm weather. The removal of hair of sheep helps them to survive in hot weather. Okay, they feel comfortable because their hair has been removed. These hair are for their protection from cold weather. Now when hot weather has arrived, then the removal is necessary. Sheep can be sheared manually with the help of razor or with an electric shaver. Okay, sheep can be sheared manually with the help of razor or with an electric shaver also. After the sheep is sheared, it is immediately bathed in water containing antiseptic lotion in order to protect the animal from any type of infection. Okay, once the sheep has been sheared, it is bathed in water containing antiseptic solution so that it may not get any infection. Now, scouring. To remove dust, dirt and grease, the sheared hair is washed properly in several tubs of soapy water. Okay, once the fiber has been removed from once the wool has been removed from the body of the sheep, the removal of dust, dirt and grease is also done by washing it in several tubs of soapy water. This process is called scouring or washing. The fibers so obtained are free from oily layers called yolk and dried perspiration called swint. Okay, when it is washed, then it becomes free from oily layer. Okay, tel ki parat, that is called yolk. It is free from that, and dried perspiration called swint. Perspiration means sweat. Okay, dried sweat of the sheep, and it is called swint, and it is free from that also. Nowadays, washing is done mechanically and the hair is passed through several rollers and dryers. But before some days it was done manually in tubs. Now sorting. After the hair gets dried up, they are sent for sorting. The different texture hair are sorted out. Small fluffy fibers called burrs are picked up manually from the hair, and this is called sorting. Carding. Carding is the process by which raw wool fibers are prepared for spinning. It can be done by hand or machine. Carding wool by hand needs practice. That means separating raw fibers, and for and if it is done doing by hand, if somebody is doing it manually, he must be good at it. The carder consists of two carding combs which have upstanding teeth and loads one with wool fibers. Using a back and forth motion, one carder is placed on the top and combed through the wool on the lower carding comb. That means this carding is done with the help of carder, and carder consists of two carding combs. Okay, just similar to structure of the comb that we use to comb our hair. Okay, but it has upstanding teeth and with loads of wood fibers, and then the carder does back and forth combing, and in this process what happens, fibers are cleansed and separated. After that they are passed through rollers which are covered with fine sheets of cloth with thin wire teeth. The fiber is strengthened here and wanted materials are also removed. The unwanted materials are also removed in the process of carding. The fibers are then untangled and arranged in flat sheet called web. The fibers are untangled. Untangled means detangled. That means no any lumps are there. It is arranged in flat sheet, and now it is called web. It is done by wire teeth. Narrow ropes and strands are made by drawing the web. Now the step comes of dyeing, because natural color of the fleece is brown, white or black, but we get our sweaters, shawls and jackets in different colors, so they are dyed. Okay, the fibers, they are dyed before spinning. Spinning is the process in which the fibers are twisted and made in yarn. After spinning, yarn is either woven or knitted and made cloth. The longer yarn is used for knitting sweaters, and the shorter yarn is used for making woolen clothes and carpets. Now the last step is weaving. Weaving is done with the help of loom, either hand loom or power loom. The first loom is set up according to the measurement of the garment to be produced, how big or how small the garment is to be produced. According to that, the loom is set up and the wool is fed into the loom, and weaving starts by interweaving the threads. Finally, the woven fabric is sent for finishing.